は乾杯しましょう。乾杯？皆さんに乾杯です。ちのちゃん乾杯！乾杯！さあ、ちのさんが頑張って焼いたケーキですよ。
One of the first things that comes to mind whenever a weeb hears Christmas in anime is a Christmas cake. And before making a toast with Chino and her friends, I'm also going to show you how to do a Tippy cake. Okay, so first of all, get your bowl, your recipes, and any other utensil that you will use. In your bowl, add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt. Oh, and don't forget to add 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Whisk all these dry ingredients until they are all combined. Once you have mixed all the dry ingredients excessively like I did, you can start adding now the wet ingredients. Add 1 cup of buttermilk and then use your mixer to start mixing it, because that makes sense. Add half a cup of vegetable oil and proceed to add 2 large eggs to your mix. Start mixing at a medium velocity and then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Keep mixing for a couple minutes and then add 1 cup of boiling water to your mixture. Keep mixing for around 2 to 3 minutes until you have made sure that everything's well mixed. Now, for the pans of the cake, I'm using a 9-inch circular pan and it was a 6.5-inch diameter spherical pan. Spray oil into your pans and you can either spread cocoa powder or flour just so it would be easier to take it out once they're done. You will want to distribute the cake batter evenly between these pans. I would say around no more than 3/4 of the capacity of both. In your preheated oven at 350 Celsius, which I forgot to mention before, you will put your cake in the middle of the oven and not the way I did it, and you will see afterwards because I regretted it. And bake for around 35 minutes. While the cake is baking, we're gonna start making our fillings. We're gonna start making a strawberry filling. For this, we'll need to make some strawberries in syrup. Now, before making the syrup, we're gonna need 4 cups of strawberries with the tops removed and sliced into quarters. Put your strawberry into a pan and then realize that the pan is too small, so switch it to a bigger one. Add 1/4 cup of water and also have ready 1/3 cup of sugar because we're gonna need it for the syrup. Heat the strawberries on medium until the juices begin to release and start adding the sugar. Stir constantly for a couple minutes and then, if you want to, you can add a bit of lemon or lime zest, that's just for the flavor. Add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and continue stirring. Keep cooking for around 5 minutes or until the strawberries are very shiny and soft. When you begin to see the formation of bubbles, take the strawberries from the heat and allow them to cool. For the strawberry filling, we're gonna need 16 ounces of the sliced strawberries and syrup, which for me, it was one of the metal containers and one of the small plastic containers. Using a saucepan, again, over medium heat, you're gonna add 1 cup of heavy cream. You're gonna add your strawberries. Great, you made a mess again. Anyways, add your strawberries. Eat the strawberry that didn't fall in the saucepan and add 2 tablespoons of maizena of strawberry because you couldn't find a regular cornstarch, but that was okay. Whisk all the ingredients for around 10 minutes. By minute 3, you realize that your hand is useless, so you're gonna use a mixer. Make sure to only use one attachment in the mixer, otherwise you're in for a mess that you will have to clean later. After you cook and mix your strawberry filling for 10 minutes, you're gonna remove it from the heat and let it chill somewhere because we're not gonna use it until we're ready to decorate our tippy. For the next filling, I was going to use the little mixer in a bowl, but I realized that I could borrow the fancy mixer. Set up your fancy mixer and make sure that it works. Add your cream cheese and 1 stick of butter and start mixing it for around 2 to 3 minutes. You're gonna need 2/3 of a cup of Nutella. For future reference, 3 large scoops of Nutella are equal to 3 cups of Nutella, believe me. You're gonna say thank you after you see what's gonna happen. Make a mess with the Nutella and then proceed to check back on the cakes. They should be ready by now. Or that's what I thought. Stick a toothpick in the middle and not on the side like I'm doing it, and you'll see why again in the future. Let the cakes cook somewhere and return to the mess that you call Nutella filling. From time to time, use a silicone spatula to scrape the sides and the middle. Continue mixing for another minute and add 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder to your mixture. Keep mixing for another minute or 2 and remember to keep using your spatula for the sides and the middle just so everything is well mixed. You're then gonna add 3 cups of powdered sugar and remember to do a mess when you're mixing it. This just adds the flavor. You're gonna keep adding the remaining of your powdered sugar and scraping and mixing over and over again until you reach the consistency that you desire. Also, remember to do a mess every time that you're doing this. It's good for you. Have a taste of what you've done because you just gotta, and then you can put your mixture into a bowl and put it somewhere else. Clean the bowl of your fancy mixer and now you're ready to prepare the last frosting. For this one I actually made double of what I'm showing in the video, so you're gonna need 2 cups of softened butter, which equals to 4 sticks, 6 cups of powdered sugar and a pinch of salt. Now what I'm doing is wrong. First, you should mix your butter for around 2 to 3 minutes until the color is whiter, because otherwise you will have a very strange yellow. Then you can add your sugar and salt. You can now proceed to add 5 to 6 tablespoons of heavy cream. As always making me proud making a mess. Thank you, past me. Keep mixing your frosting and keep adding whatever's left of your powdered sugar. Continue mixing for around 3 or 4 minutes. Repeat the same step for scraping the sides and the middle so you can mix everything. In my case, I wanted this frosting to be a little thicker than the Nutella or the strawberry one because this is going to be the outside. Come back to your failed cakes. Get frustrated over the cakes and proceed to make a new set of cakes. Luckily for you, you bought 2 of everything. Take the new cakes out of the mold and see that they are perfect now. You can now proceed to do a happy dance and go on with your life. As for your failed cakes, you can just put them somewhere else. You can still eat them, but they're just not fit to become Tippy anymore. Let the new cakes chill before they are turned into Tippy. Have your frosting and your filling somewhere close because now we're ready to prepare our Tippy. Oh, and don't forget about the strawberries that are gonna go around the Tippy. Wield your spatula and swing it like if you were a samurai. Using a bread knife, we're gonna cut the top of the circular cake because we want it even from both top and bottom. Proceed to do the same with the spherical cake. Now, this leftover crust can go and chill with the failed cakes. Before sending the crust with the other bread, have a taste of it because you can simply resist. For the next step, your cake should be completely cooled. You're gonna grab again your bread knife and you're gonna cut the cake in the middle. Put the top half somewhere safe and also be very careful with the bottom half. I know you could mess this up. For this bottom half, we're gonna use the Nutella filling and spread it evenly. You know what? You could use a little more. Place over the top half and now you have a giant Twinkie. Start adding the white frosting on the sides first and then at the top. This is gonna be way easier for you to spread it evenly. You can use your spatula on the side to make it smoother, and then the remaining put it on the top and put more on the top if you need to. Once you cover everything, now you can proceed to do the Tippy. For the sphere, you're also gonna try to cut it somewhere around the middle of the sphere. Before putting the bottom half on the base, make sure to put a bit of the strawberry filling in the middle of the cake so it just sticks and it doesn't move a lot, or at least that's what I wanted to think. Place the bottom half at the center of your base and put more of your strawberry filling. Put the top of the sphere over it and now you are ready to put the white frosting and give form to your Tippy. Grab your spatula, soak it in hot water and smooth the frosting. Realize that you should have done this from the base and not until now. See how easy it is to spread the frosting with that trick with the spatula. But no, you love to complicate your life. To imitate Tippy's fur, we're gonna use the star nozzle using a piping bag. Put your patient to a test and start doing the stars one by one until you cover all the sphere. Remember, this is to do it so your Tippy feels more Tippy. For Tippy size, I wanted to use some chocolate chips, but I noticed that they were too big, so I ended up using a bit more of the Nutella frosting. Just put some frosting into a bag and just like one of the point nozzles and proceed to make the eyes, then the nose and the mouth. Look that it looks really weird, but probably that's just my skill. As for the ears, I decided to use some Marias in the shape of a triangle. You know what, actually just cut the bottom a little more and just make another one of them. That's good. On one side of your triangle shaped Maria, you're gonna put now the strawberry filling. For the back, you're gonna use some of the leftover white frosting so you can make the form of the ear. Make sure to use your fancy spatula soaked in hot water so you can make the ear a bit smooth. You can now start putting the strawberries around your Tippy and your cake is almost done. Just take a look at those ears, they're not as bad considering my skill. I almost forgot to put Tippy's blushing cheeks, so with a spoon or something, grab a drop of the strawberry filling and put it on the sides. With the cheeks complete, your Tippy cake is ready. And there you have it, guys. We finished the Tippy cake from It's the Order of Rabbit, the perfect Christmas cake to accompany whatever you're doing in Christmas. I'm the Big Brown Mexican. Merry Christmas and remember to keep watching anime. See ya!